Hey guys, howdy do. I'm Karen Adamski with shamamama.com, and today I wanted to talk about selenite. Selenite is an awesome crystal, and if you are just getting into collecting, this is an absolute must for your collection, in my opinion. It's great because it does a lot of different things. It can aid you in many different ways. It's also great because it's inexpensive, and it's also great because it's abundant. There's a lot of it. So great crystal to add to your collection. So really quick before I get started here, I'll just show you the pieces that I have, and then I'll talk a little bit about the basics of it, and then what I use it for, what you could use it for. So this is like a tower that's been sort of carved, and this is like just a pretty piece to put out on your shelf or whatever. But it's still really great for healing and the metaphysical properties of this. Even though it's a pretty piece to put on your shelf, you can hang on to it and get a lot of good juju from it. So that's the tower. This is more common. This is probably what you'll see more than any other kind of selenite out there. It's kind of a wand, and this is just a chunk of how it naturally grows. And this actually used to be a lot longer, but I dropped it, and you can kind of see it's very fragile. So if you drop it, chances are you can see right there where it kind of just split. And that's okay, because now I have two wands. Here's another one. I think I dropped this one too. Yeah, you can see where it used to go right together there. And I dropped this one. Again, yay, now I have two. And, these little pieces, these are awesome. Little chunks. And then I have this big, gigantic one. This is my favorite, of course, because it's just so hefty and awesome. But can you see that? Can you just see how pretty and beautiful and awesome this is? Now, if you're thinking this is awesome, what makes it even more awesome is if you go onto the internet and you look up selenite caves. The way these grow underground it fascinates me. It's just crazy. So selenite grows, it's underground, and they're in these like big underground caves, and it's usually like around clay beds or hot springs. It's a place where it's very, very, very hot under the ground, and these people go under to mine, and they have like these orange jumpsuits on with this breathing apparatus, and it's to help keep them cool, because I don't remember what the degree was underground. It was so hot where these people were like, they could only go in for a few minutes and then come out even with their suits on, just because it's so hot. But that's where you'll find these caves, and these are the selenites basically formed. It's an evaporant that forms the crystal when you've got all that humidity underground and all that hot air from the hot springs and stuff. I don't know. It's very scientific, so I don't know exactly all about it, but I know that this is formed from an evaporant of that in that cave. Just pretty cool stuff. And I would really, really recommend that you go and check out some of those pictures, because it's unbelievable. So, okay, some of the basics. Selenite has a Mohs hardness of 2. And what that means, there's a Mohs scale with crystals and stones, and it goes from 1 to 10. 10 is the hardest stone, 1 would be the softest stone. Selenite is a 2, so that's pretty soft. There's some selenite, I've never seen it, but you can actually bend it. It's so soft, and so it's pliable. In this, if I tried to bend this right now, I think it would probably just snap in half, so I don't want to do that. But with the Mohs scale, anything that's 5 or under, you don't want to put into water. It's too soft, and the crystal will deteriorate. So definitely selenite is a no-no for water. I don't even put it outside, because we get a lot of fog and dew where I live, and if I left it outside and the morning dew hits it, it's going to start wasting away, and I don't want that. So I would keep it inside. Trying to think, what else do I want to tell you about the basics of it? It's mined mostly in Mexico. You can find it also in Australia and Greece and the United States, but typically pieces like this that you're going to find in a store or in a rock shop are going to be most likely from Mexico. The colors that you'll find, this is the white selenite, and this is the most common. But you can also find it in kind of a gray color, pink, like a light pink, a kind of a peachy orange, golden brown. This one here you can see, it's falling apart. You can see some of the other kind of peachy pinks in there. So that kind of gives you an idea. But white is typically what you're going to find. You can find green sometimes too. It's kind of a light green. It's really pretty. So, selenite, what's it good for? Okay. In our house, selenite is for itching. That's what we use it more than anything for. And that, you know, you're not going to find that in your rock books or your crystal books. It's just something that we've discovered within our family, and I'm telling you, it's the cure-all for itching. So my son has eczema, and I get really itchy when I get stressed out, or if I eat too much sugar, my arm itches. So you can take a piece of it and just, you know, put it on wherever it is that you're itching, and I'm telling you, it works better than hydrocortisone or anything like that. It's a great, it makes sense that it would do that, because part of what selenite does is it's kind of absorbs the unwanted crap in you, around you, in an area. It's very much a cleansing stone, so it's just gonna, you know, holding it, you can feel it's just like, just gets rid of all that crap. And that kind of makes sense, you know, if you're itching and you've got that heat and that anxiety and that itch, placing this on that spot, it's almost like you can just feel like a whoop, it just takes it away. It's awesome. Okay, so other things. It's great for cleansing and clearing and charging. So, and that could be yourself, it could be a person, it could be, it's great to use as a wand. You know, if you've got an area that you're working on, you can use it as a wand and just cleanse that energy. Often what I will do is use this as a cleansing and charging station almost for some of my other crystals. So there's a lepillite, and here's a lapis, and here's a rose quartz. You know, and that's really kind of pretty too, you know. So if I used to have a piece that I would just leave out on the shelf, and after I would be done working with a smaller crystal, I would just take it and place it on the piece of selenite, and it's pretty to look at, and it's cleansing your crystals too. So rather than smudging your crystals or putting them in salt or washing them, if they have a Mohs hardness of 5 or 6 or higher, you can cleanse your crystals that way. But selenite's a great cleanser and charger as well. Selenite also activates the third eye. So it's really great. This is a great crystal for any of your upper chakras, okay? So your throat, but I'd say more your third eye and your crown chakra. Excellent for opening these up. So if you're looking to really tap into your intuitive side and get to know your higher self and do some journeying, selenite is awesome for that. It's great for kind of cleansing your auric field. So again, it's that kind of like a big pooper scooper, you know. You just can kind of get in there and get all the crap out, and it's just going to cleanse your area. You can feel it. It's a good thing. Trying to think what else. I think that's about it. I find that I go to selenite a lot. I keep it on my nightstand because if I'm having difficulty sleeping, it's typically because my mind is running, and it can kind of take that away from me. So it kind of takes all that negative thought or anxiety and absorbs that. So that's helpful for my sleep. Again, we use it for the itching. I use it for third eye activation, crown activation, if I'm feeling like I'm needing that assistance. And then also just really kind of self-work, you know, it's kind of a personal stone, you know, when you're really wanting to tap into your own higher self or get to know your higher self or move forward with your growth. Selenite can really aid you in that, okay? So, I know that was a big download on selenite, but I love it. So if you don't have this and you're interested in collecting or getting started, this is a really great starter. Like I said, it's inexpensive. I think, okay, so this piece was like twice as long when I got it, and this was probably, I think, $12. So, you know, compared to other crystals, it's a little bit easier to afford, and so many different uses. So hope that is helpful to you. If you have any questions, just put a comment. I check my comments and things every day, so I try to anyway. So I'll get back to you if you have any questions. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure everybody else would too, because if you're wondering, there's probably something that it's probably something somebody else is wondering about too. All right, so be well. Namaste. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.